It's Excuse Our Banter, back again with another great episode. The podcast you never knew you loved so much. We're going to be talking about the man, the myth, the legend who killed the lion with his bare hands, or did he? Tyson Furry versus Anthony Joshua, upcoming fight. And we have a really good Am I the Asshole? My parents want to adopt my ex. Let's get it.
It's been an interesting week. So, how's your week been, good friend G?
My week has been good, my friend Sami. My week's been good, man. I went to Sand Lake. Now, a lot of people don't know what Sand Lake is. If you're on the northwest, west coast, best coast, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's this huge beach. And people go out there with their four-wheelers and quads and just go ham. It's great. So I went out there with a friend, took us off-roading Jeep, took a bunch of pictures and videos. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw those. And just had a blast, man. It was great. We're gonna go back again, and this time we're gonna have a bonfire, have some hot dogs and s'mores, and just chill. It is really nice because I remember me and you spoke about in a previous episode how it's nice sometimes to just get out in nature.
Yeah, you were roasting my ass. You were like,
yeah,
who wants to do that? Yo, you literally want to do that, right? So.
I was going in on you, and me and my friend were talking, and he invited me out, and I was like, bro, I'll go with you next time you go. And I went out, and I was like, why don't I do this more often? Like, even to the point where you're gonna laugh at me going hiking by myself, because I said I never would, but it's just like when you get out there, it's so peaceful, so nice. You don't have a phone, you're not sitting in front of a monitor. Don't get me wrong, I love playing games, hanging out with my friends online, sitting in front of my phone, doom scrolling on Twitter, but it's nice to disconnect and get out there. It puts everything in perspective, and it just, you're in the moment, right? Because we go through life so much and we're not in the moment. We're constantly thinking about something else, right? But before I digress, my week was amazing. What about yours?
I have one question though. Did you see the stars at night?
We did. Yeah, man. Yeah, so we went midday. We actually went to, there's actually a Tillamook factory, right? And it's not just like a normal factory. You can actually go inside and they sell like Tillamook products like cheese. It's a very touristy spot. It's really cool. I have a couple pictures, and you go there, you can get ice cream, you can get burgers. So we went there, hung out. They have this really cool, they have like a working living breathing factory there where workers work, so you can kind of like go up on this balcony and kind of look down on these workers, right? It's kind of like you get up there, you kind of like feel like a king, and you're like looking down amongst your peons and pilgrims. You're like, work, make my cheese.
Imagine if that was me working down there curdling that cheese, and you're just looking up at me like, yo, I'm looking. Bro, I don't want anyone to see me. Yeah, they're gonna
you look up, and I'd just be nodding my head with a big grin. Make my cheese. I was talking to my friend, and I was like, you know what'd be funny, right? You know how you go to the zoo and you like tap on the windows for the animals? Someone just like walked up and they're like, ding, 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 like trying to get the workers' attention to wave to them. Oh man, but no, if
that was me and you were rocking up to my workplace while I'm working, and then you just like tapping on I'll be like, I'm throwing hand. This cheese is going right up where cheese are not supposed to go, mate.
Probably, but yeah, it was a great weekend, man. I gotta do that. I think we're gonna go out next week. We're gonna do the whole campfire idea, get there a little earlier, but it's awesome, man. What about yours? How was your week?
I went Top Golf on the weekend, and I must say, right, whenever you go to an event, don't go on a Saturday. Don't go on a Saturday at all, because British Rush on a Saturday is everyone wants to go out on Saturday, right? I want to go on a Saturday. Everyone wants to go on a Saturday, and I had to wait in line for Top Golf. And Top Golf, just so if you're not understanding what that is, basically you just stand and just take shots at. There's like holes in the ground with flags, and they're like big circles. You can just kind of shoot your golf ball in, get some points. It's more accuracy based than hitting it far away, but yeah, it's the basic of it, right? It's so easy, it's so nice. And Matt, I was sat in line to get one of the top floor. There's two floors. You get the ground floor and you get like the upper floor. The upper floor is the best floor, and the waiting time to get to the upper floor was 2 hours. I had to wait in line for 2 hours. Wait, actually, not even that. I had to wait in line for an hour to get seen. Then the guy said, by the way, there's a 2-hour wait limit to get to the top. So I waited 3 hours just to bloody hit some balls at some holes, at the end of the day. It's not worth it. It is not worth 3 hours of your time just sitting there in line doing nothing.
Do you know why it's so popular now? Because you could tell me I'm wrong, but I have an idea, a theory. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of the only reason I know what Topgolf is, I've been seeing a lot of TikTok videos and videos circulating around social media of people just like whacking the shit out of golf balls, right? Yep. One-handed, eyes closed, trick shots, right? So now everybody wants to go.
It's
essentially it's literally just a driving range.
It is. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Yeah.
And I must say, embarrassingly, I was up with my girlfriend.
And
in my first game, I lost it. Because, okay, so there's a strategy, right?
I knew that's where you were going with it.
She's hitting it, right, just to get it in the holes. I'm hitting it just to hit the living shit out of it.
You're just trying to show off.
As far as I can. And every single ball I'm hitting with, like, the driver, right? I'm hitting every single one with all my might. Yeah. And it's going far. I'm getting 0 points, right? 0. And she's like, putt, 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 yellow,
10
red,
points,
yellow,
20 points,
red.
30 points.
And then I'm there, like, hitting it with all my might, and she wins. I'm like, oh my God. Second game, I recover. Right? I recover. But literally, it is so tiring when you're hitting it with all your strength. So my advice is play casual. Hit with the smaller golf clubs, and then it'll be a bit better.
Yeah, try not to show off. I mean, did you at least get a couple, hand holds and back pats and smiles for hitting the ball so hard?
I hit the ball so hard one time, and I missed the golf ball. And the golf ball flung up and almost hit the person on my right-hand side. And I was like, oh my God, you have to be next level trash to make the ball go backwards. And not only backwards, to the right-hand side.
Into the other lane.
So I hit it. It hit the roof, and it almost hit another dude. And I was like, oh my God, if this hit his head, he's throwing hands on me. And I'm like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm just trash. Literally, I had to apologize. I was like, I'm so sorry, dudes. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know that was possible. The laws of physics was like, yo, I'm not on your side, dude. Yeah. They're like, no, man. You're getting embarrassed today.
So the laws of physics can't help you today.
Yeah. Oh, hell no. That was such an embarrassing moment.
Oh, so man. Bad. Hey, but at least it sounds like you had fun, man. That's all that matters.
It was fun in the end. But like I said, any motive on a Saturday, oh my God, just don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, even over here in the U.S., that's when everybody goes out and about. Saturday is like everybody goes clubbing, especially in Portland. Everybody's clubbing. Traffic is packed. It's a hassle to drive there. I wouldn't wish it on my enemy to go drive it at night in Portland. It's a headache. So, yeah, man. Now you know. Stick to hiking, man.
Stick to hiking. Yeah, honestly, those places will be empty because no one's making TikToks about those.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm glad that's over. Oh.
Hey, well, I'm glad you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I feel like for this week our roles were reversed. I kind of went out in the wilderness, and you kind of took to, the city life.
City life, yeah.
Yeah, man. Did a little reverse Uno, but yeah, let's jump into it, man. Let's jump into our main appetizers. I have a really cool little topic I like to talk about. I don't know if you've seen this. This has been circulating Twitter and the social media hemisphere like wildfire. Have you seen this photo of this man who killed a lion with his bare hands in East Africa? Have you seen that?
I have seen that. I saw news about that, and he was all injured with like tape around him and stuff.
He has gauze wrapped around his arm, on his chest, on his head. He's obviously getting medical care. I think some guys put like a makeshift cardboard splint on his left arm. And there's a picture of like a very grainy picture of a lion dead, right? So I actually came across this and I was like, this guy really barehandedly messed with this lion. And this guy's not a big muscular man. He's just like an average sized guy, fought a lion with his bare hands.
He looks like an average pub goer.
Yeah, like an average pub goer, just, a couch potato. It said, the rumor has it, and I say rumor for a reason, that this man fought this lion, a grown adult lion, for 90 minutes to protect his family, right? And I came across it and I said, "Raw, that's dope, that's awesome." And I kind of kept scrolling, right? And I was like, wait a minute, is that real? Let me do a little debunking. Let me do a little Sherlock Holmes investigating, right? and I don't mean to burst your bubble, Sammy, or anybody's bubble out there that had this in their head that maybe they themselves might be able to find a line for 90 minutes because this guy could do it. But no. Oh, no. So it's actually debunked. This man did not actually kill a lion with his bare hands. He might have fought it, more like got attacked, escaped. His family escaped unscathed. Obviously, he was scathed. It's pretty messed up. But the truth of the matter is, after this was shared like wildfire, there's an article that came out along with somebody actually reversed search. You know, reverse search Google images. They reverse searched it, and this image comes from April 2022. Right? Obviously depicts a man who's attacked by a lion that was later killed by, in fact, Uganda Police Defense Forces.
What?
Right?
So the guy who killed that lion is dead?
No. Oh, he's alive.
Oh,
but he didn't kill it.
Died.
The police forces killed it.
What?
Right? And they killed it while they were on a joint task force to hunt this lion down, because apparently this lion spent days killing people, eating people, their livestock. It was going ham. Apparently it was going ham in West Uganda, the district of, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, so please forgive me, Kagodi, right? So this thing has been wreaking havoc, terrorizing the neighborhood, eating people's livestock, threatening people. You know, people are probably staying inside their houses, don't want to go outside at night. This man happened to get attacked. I don't know, for the life of me, I don't know if someone he knew took the picture and spun it, but I have a sneaky suspicion someone took the picture from an article that was correct and just threw it up there and spread misinformation. You know how people love to spread information online. They just threw this up there for clicks, and then it spread like wildfire. And here I am, probably me, you, and everybody in between believed it. So debunked. I hate to ruin you guys' dreams of fighting a lion with your bare hands for 90 minutes. But no, this man did not kill a bear with his bare hands. He got attacked with his bare hands, survived, but a joint task force, police force, killed it, hunted it down and killed it.
I don't even think he actually fought the lion, right? Okay, let's look at some of his injuries, right? Okay, he might have actually got injured. All right, I might just be an idiot.
No,
but
he definitely got injured. Yeah.
Let's look at him, right? He's got an eye patch full of blood, but his eye looks fine, right? From the surface, right? He's got some like those scratch marks. I'm sorry, but my girlfriend could probably scratch me harder than that, right?
Yeah, okay.
They look like literally surface level. They don't even look that deep. Like, okay, imagine, have you ever seen a cat attack, man? My cat scratches me deep as hell, and it hurts so much. And this man looks like he literally went to the art supply store and tripped, right? That's what happened.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going hard. All right.
Okay.
Listen. Look.
Okay. Talk that shit. Okay.
All right. Look, I've seen a video, right, and it was real, of a guy. He's opening his like PS4 on Christmas, right, and his cat, one of his cats, just decided randomly it wants to attack him, and it scratched him on the head, and it opened up his head, right. That is a little cat. That is a tiny, weeny cat. Now imagine a big boy daddy cat. All right, that cat is going to make bone deep cuts on you if it swipes you, even for a second. And those things are agile, man. They might be like, you know, chilling in like the zoos, but they are agile and they will scratch hard and deep. So I don't believe it in general. Anyway.
You don't believe it?
I think this guy made up.
You think the whole thing, like this guy just probably tripped and fell outside, you know, gardening, tripped and fell on a hoe. Maybe he got stabbed by one of his kitchen knives, got up, ran to the local hospital, spread a myth, a fib. Hey guys, I got in a fight with a lion. Nobody knew what, you know, if he was lying or telling the truth. And so you're saying this guy, this victim, he is the culprit.
Okay, either that or that lion is high as hell. And he was so slow and it couldn't do anything. Which makes sense. If you look at the image, right? If you look at the image, the second image, you can see a cannabis plant right next to that tiger. Sorry, lion.
Yo.
You see that? You see that?
I saw it.
Check our retweets. It's right there. There's literally a cannabis plant right on it. That lion was smoking the reefer. That's why it was so slow. And that's why it did no damage. If it's true, that lion was not a lion, it was a high lion. All right.
Okay, I like where this went. So the lion was high and the man was lying. So this whole thing is a mess.
The man's a lion. He's lying.
Okay. Okay. I like this. I like this. I like where this went. You've heard it here. You've heard it here.
Oh my gosh. But
Sami says this whole thing's rubbish. I want none of it.
It is rubbish. It is trash. I don't believe it. Okay, maybe there is a possibility it's true. All right, so I'll say I'll put my hands up and say sorry if it's true, but it don't look true.
Nah, you've gone too far, bro. You've gone too far. You can't step back. I rock with it, man. I'm right there with you.
The lion's high as hell, man. That's what I'm going in. Oh my gosh, what a story! I'd never seen that like properly and the images of that until I saw it.
It's wild. It's wild. I got one more. Throw you a little curveball, speedball. So everybody knows what crypto.com is, right?
Yeah.
Right? Crypto.com. It's one of the leading platforms where people go and trade, buy, sell a crypto, right? Crypto is the rave right now, along with NFTs, but I don't get that whole conversation. Cool. Right? So this is wild, right? So cryptocurrency company, right, trading platform called crypto.com apparently went to this lady requested a refund of $68. Guess what she got in return? Instead of getting $68, she got $7.1 million in U.S. currency.
Did she withdraw that? She must have.
Anybody would. Yeah. So what she did, she actually, she probably looked at her phone, had a mini heart attack. She withdrew that fast and light, and guess what she did with it? It took them 7 months to notice, right? So it took them 7 months to notice. By that time, she spent a good chunk of it. She bought a home, shared some of it, spread the wealth like Oprah Winfrey with her sister and some of her family members. And now Crypto.com is suing, right? So to get the picture, rewind that back. Crypto.com was supposed to give her a $68 refund. Instead, somebody on their end gave her a $7.1 million refund. Didn't notice 6 months later. Now they're suing and they want their money back, right? It doesn't end there. They're also suing her for 10% interest and legal fees.
What?
On top of the repayment of $1 million.
No way.
Yeah. Yep. It says per court's docs, an employee mistakenly entered the incorrect amount on May 2021. This is crazy.
Yikes. Okay, I want to put my 2 cents into this, and I'm saying this, right? Mm-hmm. So here's my 10-step plan, right? Actually, let's narrow it down to 5-step plan. I see suddenly I got 7.1 million. Cool.
Okay. Yep.
My name, my everything. Cool. It's all under me. I'm giving that 7.1 million to my mom and saying, Mom, this is now your 7.1 million. I am now broke. So they come to sue me. Oh. Hey, man, I ain't got no money. I'm sorry. I don't know where it went. I'll try. So if they sue me, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get what? $2 from me, man. You're gonna get $2 from me.
Yep.
Meanwhile, my mom, she's gonna put everything in her name. She's gonna buy a house in her name. She's gonna buy a house for me in her name. She's gonna buy me a nice Ferrari in her name. Everything is awesome at that point. So that's what she probably did. So it doesn't matter if they sue her. It doesn't matter. They can't get that money back. That's gone. That's long gone. She withdrew that. Now that's liquid money,
Yes, she could have. If she was smart, she would have shot that to a bunch of different accounts and put that into different currencies on whatever the crypto different wallets and backtrack and I don't know what they do out there, but people got ways. We are not encouraging money laundering, people. Okay. That's all I want to say.
All I'm saying is, if I get 7.1 million, my name is not Sami anymore. It's Juan. It's Juan. It's Juan, and Juan is got 7.1 million. Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
This man, he said, "My name is Juan, and Juan's got 7.1 million." And Juan's about to get sued.
So Juan can get sued, no problem. But Sami's still rich. Yeah. Sami's still rich. I'm giving it to the one person I trust. That's my mom. My mom can handle all
that. What, so your mom can go to prison for you?
No, she ain't gonna go prison. Because technically I'm guilty. All right. Where did the money go? I don't know. I have no knowledge. I am I'm just as clueless. I thought I won the jackpot. Right? I didn't know.
Oh my God.
Your guys messed up. And I gotta say, whoever the accountant was, and they notice it 7 months later. I am so sorry that you lost your job, but you probably deserved it. I'm not gonna lie.
Imagine being a snitch though. Imagine being this employee. Like the minute you press enter, like I have never worked for crypto.com, but I've worked for like billing agencies, right? And you could obviously enter and you're in. Imagine how do you go from giving somebody back $68 to giving them millions? How do you do that? Like on accident? Like you have to. I would think you'd have to like type that in. So this guy press entered. This guy or girl press entered, messed up. Right? And I guarantee, you know what probably happened? He messed up, she messed up, didn't say anything. Like they were like, okay, let's just, until they noticed, they could obviously backtrack its person's account, call them to HR, said, hey, do you know anything about this? That person spilled the beans, snitched on them, snitched on this poor lady. That's not her fault. This guy definitely lost his job.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're going to find or sue him. You know what? This is the person, they need to sue this person. That's who they should be suing. This employee, not her. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if he made a mistake, I'm sorry, he didn't deserve to work there anyway. And number two, why isn't it automated? Why is it like approval based? How does it even work?
Yeah, you should just click a button.
Yeah, refund. It should be like, oh, $68. I approve this refund of $68. Nothing more, just 68. But why do you have to input numbers? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, anybody in the right mind, obviously, I can't say anybody because there are people who I've seen through the news and articles that, find a bag of money or have like, one of my friends actually had like $2,000 extra deposited in her account from her job, spent it. The job didn't even come after. So there are people that do get money deposited in their account, whether it's from a consumer, business. Wait, what?
I got overpaid from my last job. Like
you got overpaid?
Yeah, I used to work at William Hill. They overpaid me, right? And these MFers, right? They
want their money back, huh? Yeah.
They came back, sent me a letter. We paid you £150 extra. Give it back. Here's a payment plan to give it back.
Run it.
And I was like, whoa,
Run it right now.
I'm a broke university student. And what I ended up doing was I ended up working again for them. And I'd be like, oh, you can take that money back from my next paycheck. And when my next paycheck came in, minus 150. I was like, that's so annoying.
They're serious. Business are serious about their money. They said, run it.
I tell you, that is so unfortunate, but I get affected. You're right. Yeah. Cool. Whatever.
Yeah. And the thing is, so she didn't even spend all 7.1. She spent like $1 million. She spent like 1.5, 1.3 actually. So
that 7.1 is melting, mate.
Yeah.
Swear to God. That shit happens. I'm buying everything. And my bank's got proof. Like when I spend that money, my bank's gonna be like, "Whoa, you got it from a legit source." So I'm sorry, but I'm spending it.
So it gets worse. I'll throw this in really quick. So Crypto.com, they actually won the lawsuit. The judge actually ordered the lady to repay $1.3 million by reselling the home that she purchased.
Wow.
Can you believe that? I get it, but that's not her fault, right? Like, there's got to be some, like, leeway, like, maybe repay half of it, keep the home, but, I don't know.
This is why I said you should have listened to Sami's 5-step guide of give it to your mom, get your mom to have everything in her name, and then boom. What can I say?
Sami's 5-step money laundering plan.
It's not money laundering, it's clean money.
You can buy it for $9.99 on our website, guys. $9.99. You heard it today. Sami's 5-step money laundering plan.
All right, listen. It's clean money. You got it in your bank account from crypto.com. They ain't gonna say anything. You give that to your mom, be like, oh, here's a gift, cash gift to mom. You can tax it, whatever. I don't care. Tax it to let the government take their money. But you still have $7 million left.
That's true. I guess you're just hoping they can't catch you. Catch me if you can, but they know where the money went to, so they're just gonna come after you. They don't even care. They don't even care who has the money at the end or who bought what. They're coming after you.
I'm okay being bankrupt for the rest of my life as long as my mother keeps like supporting me.
Smart. I like it. It.
Who's my mom gonna give it to? No one. She's got me and she's got 2 other daughters, right? So she's giving that to us again. She's giving it back to us. So
that's true.
Who's not gonna betray you? Your mom. Give it to that. Give it to that person.
Your mom's ride or die? Okay, that makes sense. I like it.
I mean, like that's how it goes. You know. You can't trust
All right.
anyone closer than family. That's how it works.
That's true. That's true. All right, we move. So on to UK news. What do you got for us, man?
All right, so I'll start off with a couple quickers, I call it. So it's not really UK, but I don't know if people watch cricket, but I do. And since I'm Pakistani, right, I watch Pakistani cricket. And Pakistan won by one ball, which means the final ball of the game, they won by, right? So they won by one difference of one ball, which is 5 wickets and one ball. They had to get a target of 181, right, to draw, and 182 to win. And just before the last ball, they won. They got 182 with 5 wickets left to go. Quite a big deal because they got 181. India got 181 in their first batting innings, and that is a high score in 20 overs, which is 6 balls times 20, 120 balls. That is pretty impressive. 181, and Pakistan just about matched it. Just before the end, the penultimate ball, they managed to get 182. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy. And I know the streets were happy because I could hear it. And I know my work was happy because I heard all the Pakistani gentlemen screaming and yelling at the Indian gentlemen, who were pretty sad. So that's good news as well. But either way, moving on to the next sport. Formula One. I love Formula One. It's always been a passion of mine to race in one, but I don't think I ever will, because these guys are extremely talented, and one of the ones that keeps coming up is Max Verstappen. Awesome. He is, again, it's not news, he's won again, and it's his 10th win in 15 races so far this year. So he's on fire. You know, Hamilton is nowhere close. Last season he was close. This season he's got a slower car. He ain't catching up to Max. Speedy Max. He's really fast, and I don't think anyone's going to beat him this year. I think he's going to get the win again this year. It was so close last year, but I think this year, miles ahead. But I'm also glad there was some good stuff about it. George Russell, my favorite, he did pretty good, and that's pretty much it. Mercedes in the dumps right now. Lewis Hamilton, pretty sad about it. So that's Formula One. Moving on.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. I don't really follow F1, but there is a show on Netflix called Drive to Survive. I think a lot of people know what I'm talking about. But Lewis Hamilton, I know exactly who he is. He has some pretty good interviews, and the dude's very charismatic. He's a good driver. He's like a good brand.
He was going to win, but I would say if it wasn't for like there's things called safety cars in Formula One. So what happens if someone gets in an accident or in a crash on the track? They have to bring out a safety car which slows down every single racer. So the safety car goes ahead of the racers, and it basically holds everyone in position until the track is either cleared or, you know, whatever happens, any debris is removed, right? So once that happens, it means that Lewis Hamilton will slow down. If the people behind, if they decide, hey, I want to do a quick pit stop, they'll keep their place in position as well. Like if they time it right, they can keep their place and they're on a fresh set of tires. It really sucks if you're first place. First place, it sucks.
Yeah, because you have a lead, you got to slow down.
You have to slow down, and if you go to pit, you might lose your position, right? So whereas people slightly behind or have a larger gap behind, they can pit for free essentially and keep their position, right? So yeah, I'd say Lewis Hamilton lost out because of that. I don't think he would have won anyway, but whatever. So moving on to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury recently, just today as well, he actually called out Anthony Joshua, which is surprising because I thought he would have gone for the obvious, right? We were talking about this before, the Usyk fight. So I thought it's quite strange that he called him out instead of going for the gold, right? And the gold would be to unify all of the titles together, right?
Yeah.
WBA, WBO, WBC. But instead, he's essentially giving Anthony Joshua a fighting chance, right? He must have saw how bad he performed, and he must have saw his reaction after, and he's quite unstable. So maybe he thinks he has a chance, or maybe he just wants to do it for the hell of it, just to say he's better, he's the best British boxer out there. Tyson Fury, he came off that win against Deontay Wilder. He got that WBC title. He's due to fight someone at the end of this year, and he's calling out AJ. AJ's match fit. He's ready. So it might be an interesting fight. It will be cool. and I want to see it because if AJ wins, that is gonna cause so much controversy. But I don't even know if I could explain it. But if Tyson Fury wins, he's gonna be known as the best British boxer in our current time, which is cool. And then the obvious other fight would be go after Usyk, go after the big titles. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that was my roundup of the boxing.
I like that. As you were talking, I was looking at Tyson Fury's Twitter profile. He says, "Yo," and he added Anthony Joshua. He says, "What you saying, Big G? Let's give the fans what they want." As Usyk's out here throwing a little fit.
He created Usyk said he doesn't want to fight until 2023, but Tyson Fury wants to fight this year, even though he said he retired this year, which was so weird. So
imagine being Usyk right now. He must be so upset.
But Usyk himself, he did not want to return because he wants to live life with those titles, right?
Yeah.
Because with those titles come like fame and fortune, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting like, do you remember that guy, the Mexican guy that won? Probably don't, because I don't know his name anymore. But the Mexican guy who beat AJ, he got so much fame, and he got millions, and he got so many sponsorship deals in Mexico, and everything was going good for him until he lost again in the rematch. Fair enough. Similarly, Usyk would want to ride that high while he can until it goes down again. So I think that's why he said, I don't want to get back into the ring until 2023. But Fury is itching. Fury wants to fight this year because he's getting older.
Go. Mm-hmm.
He's getting older. No one's getting younger, so why not?
Yeah, and a lot of these sports, right? Professional athletes, like even in basketball, especially in football, age is your enemy. Age is your worst enemy, right? Yeah. You time out. You can only go for football. I think like the average is like 30, 35. Like 35 is pushing it.
Are you talking about American or are you talking about
in American football? Sorry.
Yeah,
American football, 30, 35, right? It's pushing. I mean, the wear and tear in your body, your joints, your muscles, just injuries, bang, bang, bang every day. I mean, your brain, and then you got boxing, same thing, bang, bang, bang. Not every day, but for the most part, and that wears on you too. What is the average retirement age for boxing?
Oh, for boxing, it could be any age. Some people, like in my opinion, right, you should stop boxing after the age of 35, right? Mm-hmm. Because after the age of 35, you'll start getting slower, weaker, and then more injury prone. So if you get hit in the head and you're 40 years old, it's not the same as getting hit in the head as a 32-year-old, right? It's a complete different scene.
True.
Right? If you get hit in the head, you're more likely to get brain damage. You can have internal bleeding. Imagine that this fight is still going. Do you remember that fight with not Tyson Fury, Mike Tyson? When he came back into the ring, he was a 60-year-old man fighting another 60-year-old man.
Oh yeah, that expedition match.
Yeah.
Yes,
and he fought that guy. He fought them pretty hard. They all went at it with each other, but they were hitting them. They were hitting each other on the head. Any one of those hits could lead to like really, really bad brain damage. So I'm glad I didn't, but like it is a heavy risk. So it's a very, very high risk reward sport. So you can only last so long. Yeah.
I know that was actually a huge conversation. Should Mike Tyson, and I forgot the other guy's name. He's another legend of boxing, so excuse that I forgot his name. Should he step in the ring too? Because people were saying if Mike goes 100%, he's going to kill this guy, and vice versa. I mean, they're both old, right? Older, and I mean, you're right. Head injuries, they will catch up to you. So it was a huge concern for the health jumping in the ring, but luckily it was kind of like a sparring match. Two legends going at it in the ring for the last time. It was pretty good to watch.
It was still heavy. It wasn't like it wasn't a walk in the park. They were still fighting.
Yeah,
like
they were still fighting. Yeah.
I mean, Roy Jones. How old is he? He's around. Let me just double check. He's 53. Roy Jones is 53, and Mike Tyson's a bit older. I think he's 50. He's in his 60s actually. He's 56. Sorry, he's close. He's 56. Roy Jones is 53. So they're pretty old. They're not boxing age anymore. They would have been out for at least 20 years at that point,
Yeah, that's true. But it must have been nice for both of them kind of hop back in the ring, something they love so much that they're passionate about, right? To hop back in the ring with another legend, right? It's kind of like a head nod, like, hey, what's up? You're worthy of being in the same arena as me. That's dope.
Exactly. That's what it was. It really felt like two legends back at it again. And
yeah.
that fight, oh my god, the presentation of that fight, the fight in general, even the Jake Paul fight, even though it was like easy fight for him, it was still amazing. The atmosphere, the cards, everything was so nice. We got some knockouts. The main event wasn't a knockout, but it was a heavy fight. It was them two titans going against each other, just beating each other up. And guess what? It ended in a draw, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. But yeah, that was a really, really nice fight. So I'm glad that that happened, basically.
Yeah, I think that was good. That was good. It was an homage to a bunch of legends.
Yeah.
All right.
It was good.
All right. What else? Do you have anything else for us?
No, that's it. That's pretty much all I had for today on the news.
What is the name of the I know KSI's in it. It's an influence. Is it called the Influencer Fight League, or what is it called?
I don't think it has a name. It's just
Oh no, there's a name. I stumbled across it last week and I forgot to save it, but there's a straight up league.
They created one. Sorry, they created some belts. Anyone can make these belts, right? It doesn't need to be an actual league, but they created the IBL titles, which is the Influencer Boxing League. You're right.
Yep.
They gave each other essentially belts, right, for winning. KSI got 2 because he beat both of his fighters, which it's like gifting yourself a title. They wanted it's like having a medal, right? Everyone got a medal for winning their fight at their weight class. That's all it was. I don't think it actually means anything. I think it's just if they ever do one again, they can then put something on the line. They can put something on the line, so it has like value, intrinsic value, right? So it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So as of right now, they're laying a foundation.
Yeah. So
right. Like so when the time,
if Jake Paul wanted to face KSI, I don't think he cares, but if he wanted to face KSI can be like, I put both of my titles on the line. Do you want to face me for it? And then there can be an exchange of belts, some sort of physical item. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I was gonna finish it right there too. I was saying, like, I know when this first came on the scene, a lot of people were like, "Oh, KSI, boxing league, Logan Paul, and all those people, meh, whatever." But they're making a name for themselves. Business wise, a lot of these influencers, KSI included in his group. You got, what is his name? Tommy the Sideman. I know they have a YouTube channel. They're moving very smart with their money.
Yeah,
right?
Simon,
they don't slow
Ethan,
down.
Toby, all of them, Vic Star, everyone. Yeah, they are pretty popular. They're pretty good at what they're doing. They have so many verticals that they have climbed. They got alcohol brand. They got they're sponsored by like a bank now. I'm pretty sure Revolut and stuff like that. They're pretty reaching high levels.
Yeah. I would say definitely there's definitely setting the roadmap, a precedent for how a lot of content creators should move with their money and their brand. So I dig it, man. The sky's the limit. All right, let's move on. I got a really good Am I the Asshole that was promised. Now, this one is a trip.
Go for it.
This was a trip. All right, let me bring this up.
My body's ready.
So for all you people that have exes out there, this is going to be a nightmare. So buckle in, hold on to your horses, keep your hands inside the ride. So this Am I the Asshole for not wanting my parents to adopt my ex-fiance? Let me just read that one more time, nice and slow for some of you guys. Am I the asshole for not wanting my parents to adopt my ex-fiance?
Okay, that's already sounding like a yikes.
Yeah.
I want to hear the rest of this.
Twilight Zone. Okay, so starts says obviously this is a lady that's reading it, 24-year-old female, ex-fiance who's a 24-year-old male, and I were together for 7 years. He proposed last fall, and we mutually decided to break up in May. He's always gotten along incredibly well with my parents, especially my father. They always treated him like he was one of their children, and my parents have almost always told him that he's part of the family. For example, he started coming on my family vacation with us when we were 17 years of age. It was a tough decision in our relationship, but we both agreed it was for the best. He moved out while I was finished up our term of our lease, correction. His plan fell through. His plan fell through the last minute, and he moved in with my parents for a little while, finding a new place. Obviously, I felt a little weird about him moving into my childhood bedroom and being at my parents' house a fair amount. It led to lots of awkward interactions, but we got past it. He moved out at the start of August And I thought that was that. Last night, my parents invited me over for dinner. They sat me down and explained that since the wedding was off and my fiance wasn't going to be part of the family by marriage, they wanted to adopt him.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but they wanted to adopt him. They asked him last week and he agreed as long as I'm okay with it. I'm definitely not, ! She says. I told them I'm not really comfortable with that. And he started telling me that I'm keeping them away from their son. W2F.
What?
Yep. And that I need to tell him that I'm okay with it so that we can all be a real family. I'm worried. She says, I'm worried I'm being an asshole because they have cared so much for my ex over the years. I'm also worried I'm being selfish by worrying about how to explain this to my future partners. Yeah. So she's basically, that last sentence, I'm also worried about being selfish by worrying about how to explain this to my future partners. Am I the asshole? So wrap that up for us. Hit the bullet points.
Let me break this down so from what I understand. A woman has a boyfriend. They are about to get married. They're fiancé. They're about to get married. The husband or her fiancé is really close with their mom and pops, right? I guess they're really, really close because the way that this seems, it seems like a son. They treat him like a son. Fair enough. That's how, in-laws treat, the bride and the groom usually anyway. Makes sense. They decided, all right, it's not going to work out. So they end it. They move out, but he can't move out. So he goes to live with her parents. That's already a yikes. Unless that was done through her, that's already a yikes. And then the parents love him so much.
Yep.
That they decide, hey, we want you as our son. Man, can you believe that? Like, that's just listening to that, just understanding that seems trippy, man.
Yeah. That, as I was reading that, threw me for a loop. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. Okay, it's getting worse. Okay, now this is definitely awkward.
Can you believe you get guests over and it's like, oh, this is my adopted brother. Oh, cool. When did we adopt you? Oh, when he was 24 years old. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
24.
That's a little strange.
Yeah, we adopted a grown adult. Oh, hey, by the way, that's my ex-fiance. What? Excuse you?
Sweet home Alabama. Oh my God.
So basically, this man has finagled his way into the family. He said, no matter what, I'm going to be a part of this family. You will not kick me out.
The crazy thing is that if this was intentional, this is the best comeback move on his ex-partner. Oh my days. Can you believe?
Yep.
You're like, you know what? I want to get back at my ex for ditching me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get adopted by her parents.
You know when he sat down at that table and he spoke to them, he was grinning ear from ear. Okay, so my question is, what led up to this conversation? We're like, hey, Timmy, I know you and my daughter are not together, but we love you so much. You've been a part of this family since you were 17. Go on family trips. We want to adopt you. What led up to that conversation? Like, there had to be some seeds planted. Like, typically, I think a lot of people have exes. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Have one day, hopefully. That when you have an ex, you part ways, whether it's mutually, whether it's down in a fiery blaze, you part ways and you never pretty much want to talk to it. Yes, there are some people who are friends with their ex, but that's even fishy still. I said it. That's weird. But to the point where you break up with your ex, your family says, no, hold on, Sally. You're not breaking up. You go, yeah, I am. He goes, say less. We'll adopt him. He'll always be part of us the day we die. That is weird. Imagine coming home for the holidays. You have to see your ex-fiance in the living room with his feet up, no socks, on the table, out here eating turkey on Christmas Day. That's weird.
That's a bit of a yikes, dude.
Bro.
But I have to say, all right, let's think about it in a way to kind of counter this. All right, so in what way can we make this seem okay.
No, it's not okay.
And the only way I can see that this is being somewhat okay is if, number one, the fiance has no parents already. Okay, we're not even looking at that side. Does he have parents, or is he like? Does he have no family at all? Because he's getting adopted, right?
I see where you're going with this.
So
he could
does he have parents?
Okay, devil's
No.
advocate. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
He doesn't have parents. Okay, cool. He spent his.
Well, we don't know if he doesn't have
17
parents, but he's just saying that his plans fell through. Yeah, but I would think your parents are around if you have to have someone else adopt you.
I mean, you would generally fall back on your parents anyway. If you, if a plan falls through, you would go back to your parents usually. So it looks like they've been building this bond for quite a while.
Since 17.
And yeah, 17. Okay, fair enough. It's a bit older than your average, but okay, cool. That's still pretty young. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yep, 24. You would have built this bond with them anyway. So typically when you leave someone, you leave like they don't become your friends. Like you leave them. So especially with parents, right? When you leave a partner, you leave the friendship that you have with their parents as well.
You leave everything, so the family, the relationships, everything.
Yeah. So in a way, you're missing out on some friends. So maybe they're saying that, hey, let me adopt you as a son because we still want to be technically your friends, but we also really care about you. So I can see kind of.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. And it's starting to make sense. Slowly, the wheels are turning and it's starting to make sense. But at the same time, why adoption? Like, why adopt them? Like, couldn't they just be like, we're going to be your friends. You're always in your life. You're always welcomed over.
Exactly.
You're always welcome for holidays.
That's what I would say.
But adoption, there's got to be something she's not explaining to us. I've never heard of somebody adopting a grown person. There's got to be something going on. Like either his family's not around, he's been an outcast, or some tragedies happened in his life, and he needs a backbone, a legal backbone, right? So obviously, him being adopted, he gets obviously some legal perks from that too, and they do too, obviously. So that's. Okay, you made a good point, but even still, that's weird. Like what she's asking is, am I the asshole? Now, is this whole situation messed up? It is all messed up from bottom to top, from head to toe.
Oh yeah,
right. But is she an asshole for being upset, to being concerned? I don't think she is.
I think anyone would be reasonable to like be against this. Like I would be against it. I'm thinking about me. Let's just say this happened to me right now. And one of my exes decided, hey, I wanna be adopted by your family, right? And I'll be like, what? No, what? No.
Yeah.
Number one, I hate her. Number two, like, okay, me and her, we have a hateful relationship.
Okay.
This one doesn't seem like it was that bad, right?
Yeah.
It was mutual, but I hate mine, right? So how can I live with someone I hate all the time? Or how can I live with someone I had, feelings for?
I would never come home. I would never visit for holiday. I'd be done. I'm done. I'm
like,
not coming home.
Gained a family member, but you lost a family member too.
Exactly, man. Like your family is supposed to be like your safe haven. Like especially around the holidays, you're supposed to come home and relax with your family, your cousins, your uncles, your nephews, eat some good food, go into a food coma, wake up, do it again. The last thing you want is your ex sitting there just looking at you, smiling, just. I got you. Checkmate. This person's probably thinking in their head, I've been playing chess, not checkers this whole time while you're not even playing the game. I got what I wanted. You can't escape me. You literally cannot escape me. That is wild. And what happens, right? Bear with me. What happens if their feelings between each other regrow and they become a couple? She's dating her brother.
My God. Sweet home Alabama.
Yeah, man. So no, I don't think she's the asshole. I think this is all messed up. So that's my vote.
That is a very shitty situation. And oh my God, she is not the asshole for sure. For sure. Even playing devil's advocate, I felt dirty. I need to have a shower again.
Right,
I felt dirty. That was horrible. But yeah, there I can see a circumstance, but it still doesn't justify it. So yeah, no, we're not going with this. All right. No. The asshole, and yes, the other, her mother and father are assholes. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Moving on from that. Cool little story there. But I was playing Spider-Man, Miles Morales on the weekend, and I was having a blast. I enjoy that game so much. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. no matter if it's Miles Morales or the normal Peter Parker one. I enjoy that so much. So I've finished Spider-Man, the original game, and then I moved on to Miles Morales, and I must say, it's cool. Like, I always envisioned one day what it would be like to have these web powers and swing across everything, and then I realized I live in London, and it would kind of suck because there's no buildings to swing off of. It would just be like a lamppost, and it would suck. But I must say, Miles Morales has some cool powers. He's got invisibility, he's got bioelectricity, and he's got the swinging powers and super strength.
He does.
So that leads me to say, like, if you could have one power, or if you could be a superhero, what type of abilities would you have? What kind of things would you want?
I've actually thought about this quite a bit. All right, I have the best one, and there's nothing to top this. I would like to be able to control the power of molecules, to break down and create molecules. Now think about this. Have you seen Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yes.
Bang. Exactly like that. I can literally create and destroy anything, but obviously with Fullmetal Alchemist, there needs to be some type of sacrifice, a give and take. But I would like to be able to create and destroy molecules out of thin air. I win. So that's it.
Almost like fire bending, air bending, earth bending, all in one, basically.
Everything, right? All in one.
That would be pretty cool. You can literally adjust anyone's matter. You can discombobulate. You can break someone apart.
Literally.
With just your ability. That would be pretty overpowered, my friend. That's pretty overpowered.
I'd be a villain. I'm just gonna say it. I'd be a villain. I'd be a villain. Yeah, I'm gonna say it straight up. I'm a villain. It's not worth it being. We've seen in Superman versus Batman. We've seen in so many movies countless times, and when people are actually heroes, and it always like, oh, you're great, Superman. Next thing you know, Superman is the worst person ever. He's stupid. There's a scandal going on. Like, no, I'm not even going that route. I'm just gonna be a villain from start to end.
I would say, have you ever seen Code Geass?
I have, yes.
And the ability to control minds is such a cool idea. To have the ability to manipulate anyone to your will in just a thought sounds so cool. I love that idea.
Is that what you go
I
with?
would control. Yeah, I'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to say, I want to rob this bank. I'll also be a villain, right? Okay. I want to rob this bank. So kindly give me the money. I don't even want it. Just give me the money. And they'll be like, all right, cool. Here you go. Thank you, my friend. Yeah. See you later. If anyone wants to come at me, the police, whatever, hey, I'm no longer guilty. All right, see you later, boys. Bye. They can't do anything. I'm the ultimate villain. They can't do anything.
And
I'm Professor X.
And technically you didn't commit a crime because they gave it to you willingly.
Yeah, I'll literally rock up in a wheelchair and everything. I will be Professor X, man.
This man says walk in a wheelchair and shave your head too, right?
I'll shave my head. I'll do the whole shebang. I'll even put on the voice.
I like it.
Hello. I'll literally, bro. Yo, if someone steps up to me, yo, your pants falling down. Oh no, his pants are falling down. Oh, he's embarrassed in front of everyone. Right? I'm gonna be such a menace. I'm going to wreck lives. Right? Any bully that bullied me back in school, I'm so sorry. You are now taking a shit in public.
He's coming.
Oh my god.
This man's made a list. He's coming.
I'm coming for you.
Wow.
I see you over there, Jordan, who you messed with me back in 6th grade. Yeah, I see you.
Yeah,
You're going to be peeing your pants in public. I got you, man, at the age of 26.
Okay. Well, I have a question with your superpower. So would this power require you to make eye contact, for them to hear you? How would this work? There has to be a caveat.
Okay. If it's the ultimate ability, I just have to think about them, right? If it's just a normal ability, it would be either eye contact or they're in like a short vicinity of me. Which, yeah, it kind of nerfs it a little bit. It would be nice to like stop a shooter from miles away, or if you're being chased by someone, whatever the case is. But I think the cool thing would be if I have eye contact, I can change their mind, right? Just like Code Geass did. He had to make eye contact, and if they weren't looking at him, he couldn't do it.
So the reason I say that is because my diabolical wheels are turning in my head. Say you're on national television, and you want to brainwash a whole nation. I mean, you're looking into the camera. You're looking back at the TV.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's true.
Right? Yeah.
That's true. I'll be like, I'll go to the news broadcast of like, hey, I feel like I need to be on the broadcast right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh yes, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look into the camera like, hey, you're all my minions. You submit to my will. And then everyone who watched it will submit to my will. And then I'll be like, if you have submitted to my will, show everyone else this video. And then they'll spread it to everyone else.
Like wildfire.
And then I get everyone.
Okay, okay. That's
My
smart.
world domination.
That's actually very smart. Okay, I take it back. Your superpower is actually better than mine. I thought I had it on lock. But okay, you win there. You win there.
All right, so I actually haven't asked what. So okay, in the anime, his sacrifice was matter. So he had to sacrifice something
You always got
to
give
then
something.
be able to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So what would your sacrifice be? Would it also be the same kind? Or did you have to sacrifice, I don't know, a bag of blood to like extract some blood from someone? Or something?
Would I have to do it like once or every single time I want to use my superpower?
Because he does that, right? He sacrifices the ground to build the ground up somewhere else, right?
Yeah. But he also has that glove with a mark on it. So, because I remember he unknowingly sacrificed his brother.
Yeah.
Right? Took his arm, attached his brother's soul to the armor. And in return, he got the power to control matter. So what would I sacrifice?
Well, he wasn't granted that power. Alchemy was like, it's a given that everyone who learns it can have that power. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And he just was really good at it. That was it.
So I would say I'd have to sacrifice something equal. Right.
So let's say let's say the apartment building is blowing out of fire. It's like there's fire everywhere. So what would you sacrifice to stop that fire?
First off, I wouldn't stop the fire. I'm a villain. So I'm already confused what your question is.
It's your house. It's your house.
Oh,
I'm not burning your house.
I'm not even worried about that. I'll just poof them, go move into another house. Right? So this is what I think about it, right? So say like somebody rocks up on me and they're like, what's up? They want to rob me. It's a stick up, put the money in the bag, run my pockets. I'd be like, okay, say less. I pretty much just Thanos snap him, right? And then I use that Thanos snap, that take to give, right? Wouldn't that work? I would just take somebody's soul and then use something else to give something out. Okay,
so how would you take someone's soul? Would you think about them or would they have to be close to you?
I would think they'd have to be close to me.
So you literally grab a random dude. You'd be like, I'm sorry, vaporized.
Yeah.
He'd be like, why are you touching me? Vaporized. And then you suddenly have your power. That would be so chaotic.
It would be chaotic, but man,
ain't nobody going near you.
Best villain. And the thing is, I wouldn't even tell people I'm a villain. They wouldn't even see me coming. Right? Oh, I'd be. But okay, the question is, I want to throw this to you. What's your superpower? Obviously, we're both villains, right?
Okay.
What is your ultimate goal? Is it wealth, fame, power? Or is it are you just going to be like who you are right now, just every day rocking around with that power?
I mean, see, it's hard. Like, I would like to have a goal, but realistically, I would just like to have this power to just mess with people, to be honest. Like, yeah, I'll get some couple millions. Yeah, maybe even $1 billion. Oh, sure, I'll have a free Ferrari. But yeah, like, but okay, my world, I don't want to dominate the world. I don't care. I mean, I'll take a small island though, but I don't want to dominate the world. So maybe, I'm sorry, Mauritius or the Bahamas, but you're mine now, right? I'll become like the king of that place. Cool. But I'll do it for like, I don't want to be a crazy villain. I want to be low key. Yeah, convince a couple people. Give me your island. Yeah, I'll be leader of this country. Sure. I'll rename this country. I don't care. But it's like small and it's mine and I don't have to worry about anything. That's cool, right? I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a small time villain with one country under my name, right? So yeah, what about you? What would you do with your powers?
Oh man, I know a lot of people are thinking like, oh yeah, he's definitely going for riches. You're right. I'm going for riches. I'm not going for fame because fame is overrated and fame's to get riches. Why do I need to be famous so I got to be rich? So I would probably go for riches. I'd get my own islands, multiple like you, and I would just want to live a peaceful life. Well, at the end, peaceful. After I raise chaos for the first couple, but yeah.
I mean, for you, it would be a bit more difficult than for me. For me, it'll be easier. Just tell them, hey, I just want.
That's
this is mine
true.
now.
That's true.
And
I
they're
gotta
like, "Alright,
fight.
sure,
I
here
gotta
you go."
fight people every day. You right. You right.
I mean, to be honest, you could technically build your own country because you have the power to make matter, right? So you can build a country out of nowhere and decide, hey, I'm gonna, take this airport from this random country and put it in my one instead.
All right, but I
And
feel
then
like
boom.
there's a small detail we both forgot. We're not immortal, right?
We're not immortal.
Someone could fire a round from 2 miles away, take us out. Someone could chop our heads off. Someone could hit us with a car. We're done, right?
Yeah, but I'm not doing anything bad, right? Who's gonna be upset at me taking the Bahamas, right?
Okay.
The Bahamas are mine, right?
I mean, the government.
screw
I mean,
it.
come on.
Hawaii.
Think about all the movies we've seen where the government kind of lets them do their own thing, then says, wait, this person's actually being a vigilante or a villain. And then the government wants a hand in that pie because they go, wow, they're going to look at you as a weapon. You're a walking, breathing weapon that they can use against other countries. So they're coming for you. And
they ain't doing shit. You know what? Listen here, yeah. I control minds. Everyone around me that are higher is gonna be loyal subjects for the end of time. They will never betray me. Because everyone who are higher from the get-go, the prime minister, if I hire a prime minister, his aides, his secretaries, his workers, all of them will be under my. I'll make them watch a video of me. Literally, I'll be like, yo, this is your video. This is your training video. Bam. They all trust me. They're all loyal forever. And they will kiss my feet if I told them to. And they'll die for me. Wow. So what more do I need to do? Hey, I have the ultimate. Look, I'm Megamind. I've got the big brain. Ain't nobody coming. No one's defecting, right? No one has their own thoughts. They only have what I want them to think.
And I thought I was a villain. Jesus. Jesus, man, this guy's got it figured out. Yeah, bro, you're a villain. You definitely beat me. Yeah. I don't know, but it would definitely be interesting. And I want to give that question to you guys as a community. What would your superpower be? What would it be? What would the give and take be? The pros and the cons. But yeah,
I know for a fact I'm gonna have fun, and I will never be eliminated, no matter what you say, because I have the people. I have the power, and I am king.
And I am king. So, talking about superpowers, real quick, let me rattle these off. Another reason why we're talking about superpowers is there are certain people in this world, throughout existence, throughout history, that have had superhuman abilities. And I don't mean like levitating objects or going transparent, disappearing, invisible man. But there are people that are very, very strong. There are people that can hear very well. There are examples throughout time and history that portray people that have superhuman abilities. Prime example, there's this guy called Wim Hof, a.k.a. the Iceman. Mr. Wim Hof, he is known to be able to withstand extreme cold temperatures. Right here, I'm reading this article. It says he has stunned scientists with his ability to stay submerged in ice for more than 2 hours without his body temperature changing one bit. So he's not just sitting there, getting frostbite, freezing to death, and he's just like, I can tolerate the pain. His body temperature physically does not alter. That is crazy.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
And it's also said that Wim Hof was able to climb Mount Everest. Just in shorts.
No way.
No way. Bro. Just in shorts.
That man is superhuman.
That's what I'm saying. There are people throughout history and time that have superhuman abilities. This is one that is, I don't think a lot of people think about this, but there is a boy named Ben Underwood. And this boy has sonar vision. So Ben Underwood could see without his eyes. Like a dolphin, he uses sound to detect exact locations of things. Right? So he uses echolocation. So he clicks his tongue and the sound bounces off. Right? And you know what they say, when one is taken, the other one is strengthened. Right? So he clicks his tongue, sound bounces off, hits his eardrums, and he's able to kind of map out his surroundings. Right? And you might think, oh, that's not impressive. He probably just walks around his house, goes out in public, comes back in. But he goes on runs. He plays basketball. He plays football
No.
and he skateboards.
Yeah. Oh, imagine playing hide and seek with this dude, yo. You ain't playing hide and seek with this guy. He's finding you straight off the bat. Yo, this guy playing hide and seek with his eyes closed. He's the seeker every time.
This man said it's like a horror movie here.
Oh, imagine.
Damn
Yo,
it,
he's
man.
like, you hiding in a box, and he's like, "Oh, I echolocated that there was like something moving inside
Bro,
that box."
that'd
and
be
he
the
found
first
you.
and last time. Ben would never play hide and go seek with me ever again.
Yo, this man, he gets blindfolded, spun around, right, and he still comes on with the blindfold,
You just hear
and
one,
he still finds you.
just one loud click, and he's right there in front of you.
Oh my! I will literally poop my pants. I'll poop my pants. I'll be like, all right, this guy is too good. I would never play ever with him again.
I got a better one. So this one, I think a lot of people have actually read articles. I remember reading an article years ago about this guy. His name is Stephen Wiltshire, right? And he has a photographic memory. And he was able to draw Singapore skyline just from memory. All of it.
Yo,
The whole detail from front to back. Right?
yo,
So-
this man sees you pick your nose, and he
Oh,
puts
yeah, it's
that in
done.
his drawing too.
It's done. But this guy actually, speaking, I'm not going to lie, could be a villain. I mean, with the look of floor plans, just look at something, look at anything, and he could draw it. I mean, this guy would definitely be a villain. It said all
That's
it
a
takes.
realistic power.
I mean, it's crazy. It says all it takes for Steven is just a glance, and every little detail then comes to life on paper. Right?
Yikes.
He has photographic memory, where he can remember the smallest things, and if you draw them just with one glance. Crazy. And there are a lot of people in this world that heard about it.
In 12th grade, that zit you had in 12th grade, that man
he knows.
Yo, he knows. Because I remember that zit on your forehead. Is it still there? And he's like checking my head out.
Yep.
Oh my God. That would be so. Being friends with him, I don't know if I could do it, man.
It'd be weird. Definitely be weird.
Yeah.
There's another one that I read. Let me see if I can find it. Do-do-do-dos.
Why find that? I found one. I remember there was a guy called the Bromley Batman.
Oh.
And he was saving people from knife-wielding gangs in South London. And that's nuts. Not only that, he went as far as Cornwall, and Cornwall is far up north. It's like traveling to a different state. He went that far to save people from muggers and from knife-wielding gangs. That's pretty cool, I thought. If you want to check him out, he's known as the Bromley Batman. I don't know if he's still around, but that's pretty cool.
There are actually a couple people that actually dress up. I actually in Seattle, here in the Northwest, there are a couple people that actually dress up straight up. I kid you not, like superheroes. I'm talking the whole outfits. They have communities and names, and they walk around at night and patrol neighborhoods and keep people safe. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah, this guy he was quite popular, and he was, he had his own Twitter. He has like a fan page and. He was up and about, but I think he recently stopped his stuff.
Probably because of his life. So the last one, this is actually pretty cool, right? And you're probably thinking all the other superpowers. I've heard those. It's whatever. This one blows them out of the water. This one is called X-Ray Vision Girl. So Natasha Demkina developed an interesting hobby when she was just 10 years of age. She found that she could scan her mother's body and describe in intimate detail the location and condition of all her mother's organs. News soon spread as her neighbors in her hometown, Sarensk, in western Russia, began showing up at her doorstep for body scans and diagnosis. The local children's hospital decided to put her abilities to the test, and the girl was able to draw a diagram of one of the doctor's stomachs with a dark area in the exact spot of his ulcer. She also contested the cancer diagnosis of one patient. Later, tests supported Miss Demkina's diagnosis of a benign cyst. In England, X-ray scans of another doctor led Dimka to describe multiple injuries that one of the doctors had received in a severe car crash without any knowledge of the accident. And the doctor was fully clothed. Obviously, Natasha's abilities have been questioned. We put this on the list because it's fun, just like all the others.
Crazy. Gotta question that sometimes. You're like, is that real?
Yeah, man. Like, imagine. So there's only two things that's going on here. Either this is straight up superpower. This is amazing. She must be making millions of dollars, well protected. The government probably reached out her many of times, offer billions of dollars for her services, or she's lying the whole town's lying, and these doctors are lying just to make money.
Yeah.
There's only two things going on here.
That's such a crazy ability. That would be so cool if it is true.
Yeah. Yeah. If my son or my daughter walked in and said, Mom, Dad, I can see your organs, and described what was going on, I'd be like, we no longer have a child because this kid is possessed. I've seen enough horror movies. I've seen enough horror movies and poltergeist movies and demon possession movies to know what goes on after this. So no, we are not sleeping in that house with young Timmy or Sarah anymore. That kid's gone. We'll make another one. Nah,
no,
man.
to be honest, you could have your own like doctor like place, right?
You can have your own
X-ray
practice.
scans.
Yeah.
Monetize that bad boy. You know, be like, all right, just look at this guy, look at where he has his ulcers, whatever the
That's
hell.
crazy.
But my question is, how does she know what an ulcer is and what like our cartilage or blah 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 is? You know,
Well,
like how does she know?
That's
That's a bit suspicious.
No, well, the thing is, I don't think she, like she said, obviously, in her younger, she was able to spot a small clot, right? But she didn't know it was a cyst. But obviously, she's, throughout the years of people find out that she can actually do this, or she's suspected that she could allegedly do this, she's probably been deeply entrenched into the medical community.
Probably read a couple books.
Oh
too.
yeah. After if this is real, and she's like, well, I can actually see people's organs. Let me read up on what they do, right? And let me read up on the sicknesses and illnesses and viruses. That's wild.
Yo, she can literally stand there. You pay her $50. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, you got cancer," and you're like, "Fuck, what?
Yeah,
What?"
But let me play this devil's advocate. She could also look at people and lie.
That's true.
She
But then
could
at that point,
literally-
you can go to a real doctor and be like, "Well, is this true?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, it's true."
yeah,
Sorry,
you
buddy.
can still ruin someone's day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
I guess if they don't have access to an actual doctor, she can lie and then they'll never know.
Yeah. But that was dope, man. That was dope. So there are actually people out there that do have some sort of superpowers, right? They might not be laser eyes like the boys or super strength or Aquaman, right? But there are people out there with amazing abilities, whether it's strength in hearing, sight, smell, taste, in this girl's vision. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It kind of makes you think what the human body is capable of and how we unlocked its full potential. That's something I'll always think about, you know what I mean? But that's just me.
I want to know what a superhuman looks like or does, right? I want to know the hate ring person, the best vision person, all combined into one. You know, imagine what that's like. That'd be cool.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. You would think that these days in time with technology, they're definitely trying to make that happen through genes and altering. Oh yeah, they're definitely making that happen.
You know, they're trying to get that girl's eggs and make more of her, probably.
Oh yeah, I mean, if that's
anyone
real,
has
then I mean, like I said, if that's real, the government has definitely reached out to her with a bunch of propositions.
Yeah, we want to research you. We want to make more of you.
Oh, 100%, man. But yeah, I think
was
this
a great
was
episode.
the dope episode, amazing episode. We
That was
covered.
fun. I really enjoyed that.
We covered a lot of really good things, man. I'm actually looking forward to that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight. That's gonna be a lot of money. That's gonna be a dope fight. Yeah, the Emma the asshole. The parents want to adopt my ex was a wild ride. Even while I'm reading, I couldn't believe what I was reading. And then the man that fought that line with his bare hands, debunked.
No, he's a liar,
Debunked.
dude.
You call us
Liar.
Call us Snoops 2.0, Sherlock Holmes. It is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, I think today was a dope episode. But like we say every single time, guys, at the end of our episodes, please like, retweet, please share, please give us 5-star ratings, please follow us on whatever platform, whether you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on any other platform. Please give us a good rating, leave a comment. We are looking to build a community. So if you're out there and you want to have a conversation with us, we always reach out. We always reply. This Tyson Fury fight, we're going to be following very closely. So we'll be updating you guys every week about that. And we'll be live tweeting that event when that comes out.
Oh, yeah. Or any other boxing event.
And any other boxing event will be, I mean, yeah, well, there's a lot of things we want to follow closely. The sky's the limit. We have a lot of great content. Now, quick announcement, guys. From this point on, and I think you guys saw it last week, we will be covering House of Dragons, Game of Thrones. We'll be covering the new season of Boys. Pretty much any major TV show that comes on or movie that comes on, that we like, we'll be talking about it here with you guys. So you guys are joining the conversation, join the banter every week on Tuesday. So we'll be pushing out 2 episodes every single week. We'll have our main podcast episode, which is the one you're listening to right now, where we talk about a bunch of different topics, likes, dislikes, Emma the assholes, and main topics. And we'll have a second episode in the week, pushed out late in the week, that will cover that week's, in this case, House of Dragons episode, which is episode 3. So on every Tuesday, you'll be getting this episode, our main podcast app. On Wednesday and Thursday, you'll be getting the TV show House of Dragons episode. So you'll get not just 1, 2 episodes a week from now on.
Hey,
how about that?
Spoiled. You're spoiled.
You guys are spoiled. Look what we do for you guys. But no, I'm excited. Yeah. We got so much content. Like I said, we have cameras. We'll soon be using our cameras. You'll be able to see our beautiful faces with our beautiful voices. We have so much content planned for this platform. I'm excited to see where this goes. I know Sami is too. But I want to give a huge shout out to our community as we grow. And I want to give a huge shout out for Sami for joining me.
Yeah, man, it's been fun.
It's been great. It's been great. Well, this was another amazing episode of Excuse Our Banter. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Let's get it.
Peace.